You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live, This Week. Featuring news and commentary on This Week in Black Hollywood. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live This Week, Dario Kristen.
Hey everybody, welcome to Black Hollywood Live This Week. I'm your host, Dario Kristen. Here joining me in the studio today are Courtney Stewart.
Hello.
And DJ Jesse J.
What up?
On today's show, we have a lot of exciting topics, including Will.i.am's copyright lawsuit. Allen Iverson hits rock bottom, and the TSA is allowing small knives on planes. What's up with that? I don't know. I'm a little nervous about that.
Crazy.
But before we get into that, I want to read last week's buzzer meter results, which was the question was actually, is Chris Tucker going to be an exciting host for BET, their BET Awards that are coming out in June? You guys voted. 63.7% of you said yes, 11.3% said no, and 24.9% said undecided. I don't know. I think it's going to be a great show with him. I mean, I'm excited to see him.
Me too.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, and this week's buzzer meter question is, does editing cause black stereotypes on reality TV? I have a lot to say about that, but I'm going to leave my comments to see after you guys vote, and we'll read it on the show next Friday.
Next week.
All right, so trending topics this week. What do we have, Jesse?
Well, so before we get in, I know you mentioned the Will.i.am thing, but before we get into that, remember last week we talked about Kevin Hart and his DUI?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, apparently this is his second count for a DUI.
Kevin.
It turns out that he, the breathalyzer test, he blew a .15, which is double what you're supposed to have.
That's serious.
Yes,
California,
it is.
so he's actually facing up to a year in jail. What would we do with Kevin Hart? What would BET do with Kevin Hart in jail for
That'd
a
be
year?
crazy.
Filming right now, aren't they? Did they start back?
They better do some extra episodes.
Y'all better
Or
hurry
they
up.
better
Get them
film from
done.
jail.
Get them done.
I mean, do you guys think that maybe they might use him as the, an
Example.
Like an
example?
example.
I mean, I hope not, because there's been okay, you should never be drinking and driving, first of all.
Right.
That's not the issue
Amen.
here. But if they're going to use him as an example, they should be using a lot of other actors as examples before him, because there has been several
As long
DUIs.
as Lindsay Lohan is free.
Right.
Walking around.
But once again, not condoning drinking
Not
and driving.
condoning it. It's a mess.
All right, well, so he's not the only person dealing with legal issues. Will.i.am is dealing with some legal issues, and he's been dealing with it. I mean, it's so sad. I love Will.i.am. I really do. He just released his new album, Will of Power. Totally recommend it. But if you go on iTunes and actually look at his album, everyone is rashing on him. I mean, they're just going so hard over this lawsuit. I don't know if you heard the Chris Brown song with him on his new album, Let's Go.
Let's Go. Yep.
Well, apparently the beat is borrowed from a song by producers Artie and Matt Zoe, and the song is called Rebound. So I went back and I listened to the song, and I mean, Will.i.am did some, different things.
Yeah.
He tweaked it around. But the problem is that apparently he never got any
He didn't pay for no
copyright
rights.
laws. Yeah, nothing like that.
He didn't
So
pay for it.
he comes out. Artie says that they never cleared the rights. He did admit that they did talk about it, but no papers were filed. Will.i.am says Artie is a dope producer. I wrote to the Rebound song last year. I showed Artie the song, but something happened in between, and hopefully we can get things resolved. Artie, obviously Artie's upset. This is money. Like, finally, like he said, he wrote this whole Facebook post because he didn't want to go on Twitter. But he basically said, hey guys, to all the fans out there, we appreciate all the love and support, but please do not throw racial slurs at Will.i.am.
Yes.
Take all that energy and put it into my song Rebound.
All right, by my song.
So, I like the way that they're approaching it. Hopefully Will.i.am can step up. I mean,
I'm sure it was like a mix-up with the people in the middle that didn't do what they were supposed to do.
yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of the things Will.i.am takes, I mean, from Scream and Shout to Bang Bang, which is on the Great Gatsby soundtrack, he samples a lot of this music. But every artist samples.
Of course.
Yeah.
So something slipped up, and even Artie said, producers like us wait for the day that it slips up and it's our song because he knows he's gonna get a fat paycheck.
Yes,
So that's why Artie's keeping the smile on his face.
He's like, I'm just waiting.
Yeah,
It's gonna
shout,
come.
you got that king crown on? Well,
And my question is it cheaper to actually not go through the proper procedures to get it cleared? Because a lot of times they settle out of court. There was a case with a guy by the name of Sile Johnson. He's an artist who sued Jay-Z and Kanye West over Watch the Throne because he said they didn't go through the proper channels as well, and they ended up settling out of court. So my thing is, like, it seems like this happens kind of a lot. Is it cheaper to just go ahead and bite that track or take the track that you want without clearing it? Because then you have to pay the royalties and all that other stuff, and there may be a chance that someone might not sue you.
Yeah.
So
I think it
it's
depends
almost
on
like
the
you might
song.
want to just take your chance.
Yeah, it probably depends on the song.
I look at it and I say, if these guys are really smart, they would say, you know what? Why don't you give me a little something from that, and then let's work on a project together.
Yeah.
Let's do something.
If they were real smart, but out of all this, it's Chris Brown's tweet that just caught my eye the
He's
most.
a wreck.
Did you see what he said? Chris Brown tweeted, I don't know who the hell Artie and Matt Zoe are. I don't give a shit. And I often don't listen to the songs that I lay vocals on.
Yep.
What?
Yep. That's what he said.
That was a very non-smart comment. to
Yeah.
tweet.
All right. So Will.i.am's
Not
doing it, and then
smart.
Tyler Perry
smart.
has an issue with his new movie over Temptation. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but an Indiana man named William James gave a script to an associate over at Harpo, and it was to be taken under consideration. And it basically tells the same story as Temptation. The script was called Lover's Kill, and he's upset. Obviously, Temptation grew over $50 million. So it's like, I mean, it's funny because I was talking to a friend about this. I mean, this is Hollywood. That can happen all the time.
Fairly
Be careful who
easily.
you send your scripts
Exactly.
to. Make sure you have copyrights.
Copyrights.
Register that thing at the WGA or whatever you have to do, because
Because sad part is you probably won't see a pretty penny from that Temptation.
Probably not.
probably not.
All right. Now, not in the court, but dealing with
Not in the court.
important issues. Snoop Dogg, once again, as we said, he has redeemed himself, and
Snoop Lion.
Snoop
Snoop
Lion has,
Lion.
and he has emerged as Snoop Lion. Well, Snoop Lion was talking to the Huffington Post, and he basically told politicians, "Get off your ass and pay attention. We need restrictions on gun. I can walk out this door right now and buy me a gun. Think about it before it hits home or your family." I mean, he went on a very much longer rant
Longer
than that,
rant.
but love it. I love what he's saying to the people. I stuck up for Snoop Lion the past weekend because these people, they were like, it's so stupid and dumb of him to pretend he's this new person, and
Why? I mean,
Yeah.
people grow. What
Well,
are you supposed to stay the
and
same?
I love that about him. My issue with him was just don't call yourself the resurrected Bob Marley. That's where
Okay, yeah,
that
that's taking it
bothers
too
me.
far.
much.
But I
yes.
love this new Snoop Dogg that's
It's a
emerging.
great
You're a
new
father.
energy,
You're
yeah.
you're getting older. You're looking back at everything and kind of saying, wait, maybe my power as a celebrity can be used in a different way.
Yeah, I applaud that he's making this change. He has, young kids, and one thing that he has said is that, this gun control thing is going to affect everyone. So they should
Yes, it
really start to
will.
pay attention on us not doing background checks
Right.
because he's basically saying it could happen to any of us. And what's going to happen is when this problem occurs again, people are going to be pointing fingers and not have a lot to say when really we could be controlling this issue right now.
Right.
And I mean, I applaud him.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Well, I applaud Kelly Rowland because this bitch. Gwyneth Paltrow was named the world's most beautiful woman. Well, Kelly
wanna talk about that.
Rowland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I mean, girl, you pretty.
Get
but
it, girl.
She you know what? There's like
Get
a
it,
love-hate
girl.
for Gwyneth. Like
There's
people
a lot
love
of
her.
backlash on that
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
yeah.
But go her.
But and go Kelly Rowland because Kelly Rowland was asked to basically do a photo shoot for People magazine with no makeup on. And at first Kelly was like, hell yeah, I want to do this. And, she just thought, I'm confident enough in my skin. But the bigger reason of why she wanted to do it is because as a little girl, I think we've even spoke about this
Yeah.
before, she grew up not really loving her skin color and, being ashamed. And it was actually Beyonce's mom, she talks about it in the magazine, who tells her, no, you need to love yourself. You're beautiful, and you don't need to be like anybody else. You are you.
Yeah.
And so she wants to be able to give that power to other girls. And I mean, look at her, no
She's
makeup and
beautiful.
all.
Still looks good to me.
Gorge.
I've actually always thought Beyonce's pretty and Michelle's pretty, but Kelly always just stood out to me, even in the
She
younger
like
days.
supermodel pretty.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Okay, so positive stories, and then to one that is just crazy. We all know Derrick Rose, and I kind of want to go on a campaign of leave Derrick Rose alone.
Alone, man.
I mean, we had the whole Chicago baby
He
shooting.
just paid for
and-
that
Yeah, he
funeral.
paid for that, and he got
Yeah.
crap for that.
Right.
You can't win.
Well, okay, so a 25-year-old Illinois man named Matthew Thompson filed a lawsuit this week against Derrick Rose,
Redonkulous.
claiming Rose missed the 2012 through 2013 season, and it caused him to have a depression, mental breakdown, emotional distress, which caused him to become obese.
Yeah.
Derek, I don't know, is recovering from an ACL
ACL.
surgery,
Yeah.
and then he claims that Derek's negligent behavior for not returning back to the court has affected his lifestyle. Sir, if I got mad when Beyonce took a damn break and then released her album, do you think I would be a VIP at every Beyonce concert right now? So you cannot just be suing people for their lives. What?
What they're saying in this case is, it's going to get thrown
Please
out.
get thrown
I mean, come on.
out. But the fact that it has to be processed at all, which
Exactly.
is costing taxpayer money, is the most
Exactly.
distressing thing ever.
I know. I mean, it's actually sad because that means people can sue for anything.
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 Absolutely
I
anything.
I love it though. All right. Well, someone who needs to get sued is Drea Michelle
Slapped, you mean?
from Basketball Wives, because this bitch, she has a clothing company called Fine Ass Girls. And she got a lot of backlashing because she has a new T-shirt coming out with this picture up on the screen right now. It's Whitney Houston holding a sign that says "Say No to Drugs." A lot of people freaked out on her, and she tweeted the actual picture. This is actually a picture that Whitney was holding the sign herself, and she tweeted, "FYI, we would never disrespect the diva." She held the sign up herself, raising awareness.
Yeah,
That's disrespectful.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
disrespectful,
It's-
and it could go either way. It could be a great selling T-shirt because people just want to collect it because it is so ignorant
Ridiculous.
and ridiculous, or people are going to backlash her and just say, "Forget it! Like, what are you even doing?" And it's going to kill her whole line.
Who comes up with this stuff?
I mean, it's just
I thought
like,
that was a good idea.
yeah, you know it's a joke. You know you're playing a joke off
yeah.
of it. It don't make sense, and it ain't gonna give you a good buzz on your clothing company.
The only positive, it is a good picture of Whitney.
Yes.
Outside of the say no
Fabulous.
to drugs.
Right, but you know what the other thing that
But
bothers
it's
me
a
about Drea
mockery.
Michelle? Because I don't think she really thinks things. Like, okay, her clothing company is called Fine Ass Girls. So, but it's usually presented as fag. I don't think
yeah.
she's really thinking how to market herself over there. So, girl, hit me up and I'll help you out with that.
We'll help you.
Just stay pretty.
Because she did
Just-
have some
just stay
good
pretty.
stuff, bikini-wise and
She-
stuff on the
Apparently,
On the show,
that
she
I
did.
liked,
She done
so, yeah.
ruined it all. All right, but someone who finally, she was in a dark place, but she has
Dark place.
emerged from the darkness. Is Sierra? She released her body party video. Did you guys check it out?
Yeah.
I did, and that is one sexy
did.
video.
I'm so happy, Sierra, because I've really been rooting for Sierra, and people throw some real hard hate over at
They
Sierra.
do. She gets a
Ooh,
hard.
Courtney, what was that? But I gotta say, I love this video. I love the styling in it. It was very 90s. The dancing in it was sexy. I thought it was gonna be really corny with the whole because we had all heard that she was gonna show how her and Future met. I thought it fit the video. It wasn't too much of it, and I really liked it. What did you think?
It was cool.
You didn't like the styling?
Wait,
in it?
what's more to that, Courtney?
It was cool. I mean, I don't know. Me and Sierra had a special relationship because she was from the A, and she was like our Aaliyah when Aaliyah left, because she was like the tomboy
was,
but sexy.
yeah.
And I always feel like after that she tried to push her sex too hard,
Yeah.
and it just didn't work for me, and it still doesn't completely work for
but-
me. But I mean, it's better than what she's been doing.
But
I
don't
guess,
all
but-
of them try to put
I mean,
push their
but
sex
that's
too
the
hard.
thing. Like, that's why it's sad, because I just feel like it just totally never had to happen, because she was like a cool chick and she was sexy as hell regardless. Like, she could dance. It was amazing. Like, she was great. So, I mean, whatever. Everybody's got to explore something. It's just one day I would like you to be able to explore without having to, be naked and flop in your vagina.
Yeah, this was definitely one of her more sexual videos, but I liked it because it brought me back to Promise, and I missed that
Yeah,
series.
that was a
That
great
was-
one.
I really
Yeah,
do.
that's
And
what
she's
she was
bringing her
doing.
striptease fantasy in full effect on this, and she's quite flexible. I
And
must
honestly,
say.
my favorite part of it wasn't even any of the sexy part. It was with the
I
sunglasses.
was going to say
and
the
Yeah, that was
sunglasses
dope.
and the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
it
was
was
my
so
favorite part.
90s to me.
Yeah,
It
it
was,
was
like, it was
90s.
really like refreshing.
And those boots
for
were
her.
rocking in
Yes.
that outfit. So.
Good for
Okay.
her. I mean,
And so obviously Future's in it, and that's her boyfriend.
Yes.
But how awkward is this? It was like exes interviewing exes this week. So Bow Wow, Sierra released the video on 106 in Park and had to be interviewed by her ex, Bow Wow. I mean, they kept it really cool. It was just so awkward, and I
But you
felt
look
so
at
bad
it,
for
can you
Bow Wow.
believe that they were like together? Like, because even when they were together, it was kind of like, really? But now you look at them and I'm like, are they really? Like,
or even when you look at this picture,
I
it
would
seems
be-
awkward.
it
You
would
know what I
just-
mean?
It's like she dated her little cousin. Like,
Yeah.
it just.
Well, she looks so womanly too compared
She
to
is
him.
a grown woman,
Yeah.
and he just
Looks
you
like a little
know.
boy
It looks
jumping
like a
up on the
little boy.
couches
Yeah.
and like,
Exactly.
hey Sierra, like no.
Weird.
And then they did like a throwback picture thing, and she had to describe who, what, and when and where. And they showed a picture of her in Future, and Bow Wow had to say, "Oh, so what's this picture?" And she said, "That's my king." And I was like, oh. Poor Bow Wow.
Poor Bow Wow.
But I didn't even notice that they're actually matching. They're wearing
Yeah.
black.
Yeah, because
and
he has
then
on leather shorts and she's
pants.
got leather pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but then even more awkward, because I mean that was been a while ago, but
That's true.
Ashanti and Nelly, rumor has it that they had broken up, and Ashanti got this new gig on Fuse, and she had to interview Nelly, and I gotta say, you know what,
They kept it.
I have an issue with Ashanti sometimes.
We all do.
But-
What do you mean? Like what? What do you have an issue with?
I honestly, I wish I could tell you.
It's just a thing.
it's just
it's
one of those
just a-
things.
it's
You're
one
just
of those
like,
things. I understand.
not so much.
It's like I love you for what you've done, but there's just something there. And with this, I gotta give her props because they kept it real professional.
Professional.
There was one moment though where Ashanti had to ask him, "So what type of girl?" It was just so, and they both kind of laughed about
Yeah,
it.
I saw
And
it.
they kept it cool, but I love that Nelly kind of at the end said, "And thick thighs." We all know Ashanti is known for having her
Thick thighs,
her
yeah.
nice voluptuous thighs. So
Voluptuous.
good job, guys. I like everyone being professional, keeping it in the
See?
building.
Exes can get along. And be
Absolutely.
friends.
And before we get into our other topics, I want to give a shout out to everyone out there watching us, and also make sure you check out our brother sister channel, AfterBuzzTV.com, where we do your favorite TV shows right after, and we talk about them. We do shows like Deception, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Walking Dead, Hemlock Grove, my new favorite show. So make sure you guys check us out at AfterBuzzTV.com.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Jesse.
Thank you.
Courtney, rumors
Yes.
and gossip. What do you got for us?
Every week we have lots of rumors and lots of gossip, and it's so much fun. And this week did not disappoint.
Sure did.
So, for those of you that watched us last week, you know we talked about Miss Iyanla Van Zandt and her Fix My Life show on the OWN network. Well, she was fixing some more lives this week, or trying to.
Or trying to.
Or
Anyway,
trying
yeah.
to, so to speak. And she was working with the lovely Sheree Whitfield and her ex-husband, Bob Whitfield. And so basically it was a disaster. Like, what can you say? It was a disaster.
It was so funny.
I mean, it was comical, but I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be.
I love that sound effect.
Yes.
It made me like Bob.
It did. Well, I've always liked Bob
Yeah,
because there
me
was
too.
such a distaste for Sheree, and I
Yeah.
was like, and I hate being that because you want to be like supportive of a woman that's obviously raising her kids, and she's got the kids, whatever. But there was something very distasteful about Sheree that makes something like you understand maybe why Bob and just can't
That
deal
wall?
with her.
You mean that wall?
That wall. Sheree's got a wall. Anyway, so that's about all Sheree discovered in her.
She needs some walls over at Chateau Sheree.
Yes, she has no walls at Chateau Sheree. Iyanla called her out for not having any walls. And so Sheree basically, she divorced Bob in 2007,
Yeah.
and she got a 7-figure settlement from the divorce. And she also basically, but she was complaining because he had not been on top of his child support payments for about a little over 3 years. It was about $2,100 a month. And so recently, end of last year, actually, she was awarded a $75,000 settlement in back child support. And going forward, he is supposed to pay, I believe it was like $1,500 a month, and then it
Yeah.
would go down to about $1,000 a month going forward. They have 2 kids together. 13-year-old Cairo and 10-year-old Callie. And so basically, Iyanla tried real hard. Bob had some breakthroughs.
He did.
He had some breakthroughs.
I'm glad he's going to spend more time with his son.
He wants to spend time
that's
with his
important.
son, yeah. But Sheree, honey,
And did you hear what she did after that? With the whole publicity letter?
yeah.
Yeah.
She just is a very not likable human being sometimes. And then even on Twitter, she was tweeting, Oprah was tweeting about the show during the time that it aired. And she would retweet Oprah's tweets and comment on those and be like, yes, girl, thank you so much, appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. But Iyanla would say something and she wouldn't. So she's since said that, Iyanla, she didn't feel very comfortable with what Iyanla did for her life.
Yeah, and so she put that
'Cause she
out
called
in a
you
letter
out.
to everyone. And she said
Everybody.
she expressed her unhappiness with treatment on the show.
Yes.
And she left and felt harassed and emotionally attacked. I don't know.
I don't know how you feel.
All that
emotionally
attacking that
attacked.
she did on the show, how do you feel emotionally attacked after that? I mean, that's like,
I don't know. It was just, Iyanla, I don't know if you should be fixing lives, but
I mean, just even at the picture we're looking at now, Sheree, your house ain't even built and you got a fur around you.
she's just so extra, you know what I mean? Like that is,
That's what we call
that was my
doing the
biggest problem
most.
with her. I never felt like connected to her when I did see some episodes of the show.
yes. But
I-
even in this, like, there was no connection. Like, there was no point where she broke and you were like, I see your, like, I understand your pain. Like,
Yeah.
I can empathize with you. She has no soul.
Yeah.
She's like a soulless person.
Wow.
She's so vapid. But anyway.
Tell us how you really feel.
Poor
Courtney.
I'm sorry,
Bob.
that's like more commentary on how I actually feel about Sheree. I'm not a fan, obviously, but I wish them the best of luck. Hopefully, Bob will be able to pay his child support. I mean, somehow he's lost,
Well,
or it's saying he's lost like all 30 million of his.
At the end, it said that he is spending more time with the kids, which is good.
That's
but
good.
his relationship with Sheree has.
And did you like how Sheree did not send an update to
Yeah.
the show?
She
at
did
the
not
end?
send an update.
She did not send an
No,
update. So we
she
don't know
didn't.
how she's doing, but we know Chateau Sheree still doesn't exist, and she has a lot of money from him. But speaking of Iyanla, Mr. DMX is still very hostile towards Iyanla, which we discussed.
Great picture too to express how he really feels. Please check it out.
We discussed this last week on the show. He was obviously on the show 2 weeks ago for Iyanla and did not have a good time. And now he is pursuing legal action, supposedly, against Iyanla and the OWN network so that they cannot air or show anything in regards to his episode ever again in life.
He's battling Oprah. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get money from
Boom.
it.
Yeah.
But I could actually see them maybe not allowing the. Well, no, because you probably signed documents.
You signed- I'm
have to
sure
sign
you
it
signed some
before
release
they go.
forms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had
you-
to release it. I
there
mean,
has to
the
be.
most I would see is that Oprah would have a moment like, you know what, we're not going to keep putting that out there
Yeah.
because
Right.
we don't want to put that energy out there. So I
Right.
see that happening, but come on, DMX.
You ain't gonna get no money.
Come on, DMX.
You signed up for
Come
the
on,
show.
DMX. Speaking of crazies, so we all know, love, miss.
Love.
Oh, how I miss her.
Oh
Lauren
man,
Hill.
Let's
the
take a
album is
moment.
playing in my head right now.
Let's
Well, you
take
might
a
get it
moment.
back.
Lauren, no, we won't. I've been hoping for that for 13 years. It's not coming back, but she's telling us that it might come back a little bit. Miss Lauren Hill, obviously, has been in the news this week because she, too, is having some financial issues. She owes Uncle Sam quite a bit of money. So basically, she just decided she didn't have to file taxes from 2005 to 2007 on approximately $1.8 million worth of income.
Because the Illuminati was chasing her.
That's a whole lot of money.
Yeah, they said she owes 504,000. Can't speak
cash
today.
dollars
Cash
that they
dollars.
want her to pay. So the judge basically suspended her sentence because she could be going to jail for 3 years for this and said you have a few months to try to work this out and figure it out. So suddenly she now has a deal with Sony Entertainment Worldwide.
Sony to save the day.
And she released a statement, which I just have to read a part of because it was just comical. Basically, she released a statement about her signing with Sony, and she's basically saying, I've remained silent after an extensive healing process. This has been a 10-plus year battle for a long time played out behind closed doors, but now in front of the public eye. This is an old conflict between art and commerce, free minds and minds that are perhaps overly tethered to structure. This is about inequity and the resulting disenfranchisement caused by it. I've been fighting for existential and economic freedom, which means the freedom to create and live without someone threatening, controlling, and or manipulating the art and the artist by tying the purse strings.
Illuminati.
Oh.
Lauren Hill, you are nuts, but we still love you. So she is going to be hopefully releasing some new music
I am excited about
on her
that.
Sony.
It's a five-song
Five song, but they said she's
Five-song
not
deal.
written anything or even had a concept yet of what she wants to put together.
I'm afraid of what she is going to try to release.
Well, no, I mean, honestly, okay, when Lauryn Hill went through her crazy,
There was still some good stuff.
If you Happy
project.
Feet, Lose Myself.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was a
song.
good
That was a
song.
really
Yeah.
good song.
I think she has moments of clarity where she can do
Well,
some
hopefully
things. And
she-
I mean, even the crazy stuff, like the Unplugged MTV era, like that kind of thing, like there was substance in there.
Right.
It's just not commercial. I just think that her mind is in some special places. And so
You know she got to have some unreleased tracks. Like, why can't Sony just go through those and pick them? And
they're not, yeah.
I
she's
think
not
she
gonna
should
learn
write
that
about
now.
something with,
Good.
a happy place with her kids or something. Or maybe there's a couple of Rohan stories still in there she could throw out.
I don't think
Oh.
we're gonna get anything happy from Lauryn.
I don't, yeah,
But-
she just
I feel like
seems
it's
so
gonna-
angry and miserable still, like after all this time.
But
like,
Yeah, but isn't the message still really here that pay your taxes?
Yeah.
Actors, actresses, entertainers, pay your taxes.
Wesley Snipes?
Taxes.
I mean,
Taxes.
Snipes just got out of
Because
jail for it, man.
Wesley Snipes, we got other actors, Nicolas Cage, Jermaine Dupri,
It just doesn't make sense.
Heidi Fleiss, Joe Francis from
I mean,
from
this
Girls
might
Gone
be
Wild.
good for us because if all these celebrities are going to jail, that's gonna leave room for us just to walk right on
to
up
be
into Hollywood.
fine. Like, okay, we can do it too. I don't know.
It catches
Get
up
it
to you.
together. It will catch up
catches
to
up
you.
to you.
And it's like just send a little check every once in a while. Like how you
Do
have to know that you're
payments.
not sending something.
Right.
Like,
Send a payment.
Just send a payment because they said Lauren wasn't even trying to make a payment. She just was avoiding it altogether. So, any hoodles, good luck. We hope something good comes of this hot mess. Speaking of hot messes. Why? Oh God, it hurts my heart to even talk about it. Allen Iverson, the love of my life. Oh God, he's in a really, really unfortunate situation. So Allen Iverson, basically, over the course of his career, has made over $150 million, and apparently, he ain't got none of that no more.
Can't even buy a
He
cheeseburger.
can't even buy a cheeseburger.
Man.
He has none of it anymore, and he is apparently spiraling into a very dark place from alcohol, drugs, and gambling. Gambling is not your friend when you are rich.
Not
Ever,
at all.
ever, ever. But there
Even
was
when you're
Even when you're not rich.
Well, even
Right,
when
I was
you're
going to say,
poor.
even when you're poor, it might be a
in
terrible,
general,
even more terrible for him.
Gambling is a bad idea. But he's about to be homeless. He's going through a divorce.
Yeah,
Like it
he's
just
got a lot going on.
everything that could possibly go wrong in his life is going wrong all at the same time.
Ayanla, this sounds like a setup
No.
for your show. I
I was
think.
He's
just gonna
next.
say, Yama, please don't mess with
You know
me
what?
right
I got
now.
one better for you. Nick in the booth. He's got some questions or answers.
For Allen.
For Alan?
He's got
save
the
his
answer
life?
for the answer.
The
I-
answer.
all right,
what's your
What did
answer,
Allen
Nick in the
do to
booth?
save his
Answer.
life?
What's your answer, Nick in the booth?
Okay, so look, so basically what it is, Alan has this, he has this a deal, I believe, with Reebok, and so they set up
Yes.
a trust for him,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? And so he has to
Never
reach
heard.
the age of like 50 or something, right?
50,
55.
Yeah. So all he needs to do is hang on for about 18 years.
18
And
years is
Nick,
a long
bye.
time.
That's all he
could
needs to
be-
do.
He could
What is he
die.
gonna do? He can't even buy a
Well,
cheeseburger.
well, then he needs
How
to
old is
go
Alan?
get
38?
a
He's
job.
38, right?
He's 37.
37?
Yes, 37. He's been out of the league for 3 years.
You know what,
can
though,
he
Nick?
do? He can't do anything.
You know what? Nick is kind of right in the sense of, and this is so horrible. I'm gonna get lashed.
It
on
is
this.
rich people's problems.
But it is rich people problems. But at the same time, I mean, he's Allen Iverson. You know, there is some girl out there that would take him and
Of course.
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
That's not the issue.
just let him
Yeah.
live for 18 years, cook him cheeseburgers. He could just live
Just
on
a
the couch.
cheeseburger.
I'm just saying, you
That's
know what I mean? And then
true.
at 55, he'd be like, deuces.
Well, as long as he doesn't make the next ESPN 30 for 30 special on broke athletes, because according to that and Sports Illustrated, 60% of NBA players are broke within 5 years of retirement, and 78% of NFL players are broke within 3 years.
You know, it's sad.
So
and
he
they
is falling down
actually-
that path.
Yeah,
Well,
but
he-
they actually get training about what to do with their money. Like
Yeah.
they have to go to these things, and it's so sad that they still can't pull it together.
They have a team that
Yeah.
sits there and tells you, do not buy liquor. You're an alcoholic.
Well, so AI. I mean, he's one of the top athletes in
Of
the game. You know
all
what I mean? I
time.
get it if you're like number 10 on.
Yeah, and
The
you
worst
only
team
made
in the
like
league.
400 grand, like every year, but he made a lot of money.
But when you got problems, it doesn't matter how much money you have.
Sure don't.
You can't get
In
your
fact,
problems fixed.
sometimes you fall harder.
That's true, and he's
So.
fallen very hard.
Yeah.
But good luck to him. Please, maybe think of rehab. Perhaps maybe he should go
Dr.
away to
Drew?
like promises. Oh God, please don't do celebrity rehab.
Yeah, please don't do that.
That sounds like the worst idea ever. All right, so Rehab.
Just like this next song.
Just like this next song, kind of, sort of.
That was nice.
So yes, we are talking of the lovely Amy Winehouse. Or that's not Amy Winehouse, that would be Beyonce, who remade an Amy Winehouse song
She's
for
real
The
sad.
Great Gatsby.
That's how I felt when Amy Winehouse
When,
died.
when
I was
Beyonce got the
so
phone call.
broken when she died. So anywho, so for the Great Gatsby soundtrack, Beyonce has done a cover of the Amy Winehouse, I can't speak, Back to Black song. And it was rumored that Amy's father, Mitch, was very upset that it was he basically supposedly said that Beyonce didn't bring anything to the song and that they had to pay ridiculously for this song because it was just a waste and horrible. He has since come forward, apparently,
Yes.
and said that that is all false. Rumors, rumors, rumors. He loves what they did with the song. They paid whatever money to Amy Winehouse's estate to have the song used, and it's all good by him.
And he
Now,
even said
he
if
said
she
the Twitter
wants,
got hacked. Is that what it was?
He said his Twitter
Twitter was
got hacked. He
hacked.
said the Twitter was fake. He said actually that
How
Beyonce
convenient.
can do another one of her songs if she'd like as well.
Yeah.
How convenient, whenever something happens that someone's
I think he just got the check, and he's fine with it now.
Yeah,
I think he was bitter he didn't have the check.
That could have been
That's
it.
what I think.
But I mean, I don't know. We were talking about it before, but I don't know.
You don't like it.
I get that. I get what you said. The song for the movie, it does what it needs to do, and I love me some Andre 3000, and I love me
too.
some Beyonce. But I just feel like it's Amy Winehouse. Like, it has to be done in the right way, and I just felt like, I don't know. Like
We were saying it earlier. It's just moody. You felt the pain of it's like Amy and Mary J. Blige. Whenever I hear their songs, even though as of late Mary's a little bit happy, but you know, it's like, and that's okay, Mary. We like you happy.
Even though
Don't get me
she
wrong.
broke
Even though
too.
she's a little happy, but no, you know, Amy was going through all her drug addiction. She was going through her relationship,
Yes.
and you feel that pain in the song. So when I heard Beyonce's version of this with Andre, and just like you, your same sentiments. I love Beyonce. I love Andre 3000. He cannot do any wrong for me, to me. But I just felt like this song lacked that part, and I you know, Courtney, I know you were saying that it should be a different song because
Yes.
no one can ever really capture what
What
Amy
that was, because that
brought.
was very-
And I would have been more, you're right, upset probably if they tried to do the exact same version of her song. But still, that song is just so classic. Like, I mean, they could have played that song for me, the original, in the movie.
I think it depends on exactly where it is in the movie.
True.
Based on what I've seen, I think what they did was fantastic. I think it is warped enough that it shouldn't be, because I think that Amy's is very specific and it speaks to a very specific emotional place that she was in, and I don't necessarily believe that that's in the movie, and that's why it
And
would have
that
been
could
out
be
of
true.
place.
Yeah.
And if they tried to release it like as a song, like if Beyonce had it on her new album, like this is my new single, then I would have been angry. I would have been like, oh no. But like as a soundtrack, I'm good with it. I'm good with
And
it.
I gotta say, the soundtrack is ridiculous. It's so
Oh, I
good.
saw the lineup looks crazy.
Oh, I heard it. It is
crazy. They had it online today. I was like, oh
insane.
my God, it's gonna kill it.
It's gonna kill it, and the movie will be out
And
in
the
2
movie.
weeks.
I'm actually looking forward to the movie.
I'm
It looks
very
good.
excited.
Looks
I
good.
saw somebody saying they were reading The Great Gatsby again. I was like, oh, I need to, because I don't remember really what happened.
Well,
I was
critics
like,
are already saying that
10th
it's a great
grade.
movie.
So yeah, get on it, guys. It's
Leonardo.
coming. It's
Leonardo,
coming.
man.
Leo trying again. Maybe he'll finally get that Oscar. Anyway, so in conclusion of our rumor and gossip this week, we've got the Kardashians in the news, specifically Miss Khloe, who, oh dang, that's not the best picture
That
of
might have been the
Khloe.
picture after what you're going to say. She looked like.
After she got the call that she was no longer an X Factor judge, this was the face that she had.
That was shade. I just put shade because
Yes.
the picture of Beyonce was so fabulous.
You
I found
are
out.
just shady creature. Anywho, so Khloe is no longer, it was announced on Monday that she will not be a part of the X Factor anymore. What was strange about this situation was there was no statement released from Khloe's camp really at all until around Wednesday. And then there was all sorts of chattering going on that there were reasons. Maybe initially it was supposed to be because she and Mario didn't get along.
Yeah.
Then it was rumored that Chris was trying to campaign to get Mario fired and get one of her other daughters to replace Mario. It's like,
I heard
really?
that rumor. That's a good one.
I believe both of those rumors.
Possibly.
I
I
actually
could kind
do.
of see it, but I was trying to figure out which one do you think she was trying to get the job for? Because it couldn't have been Kim.
Kendall, like a younger
One of the younger
I
ones,
see
you
that.
think? Maybe to go up with Demi and like, okay, yeah, no. Thank God that didn't happen.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
It was Courtney.
Courtney, I don't know. We'll see. Anywho, the final reason that they have settled on as an appropriate reason is that Khloe is too busy. She's got 3 shows and it's just it's not working out for her. And Khloe, she opened up about her departure finally, saying, Chris opened up about it, and she said that Chloe had such a good time and she wasn't sure if she was going to come back or not. So I think that with everything going on and the other 3 shows she's working on, it just worked out for the best.
Ooh.
I mean, I've expressed this before. I watch X Factor.
Yes.
I feel like they were really critical on Chloe, and I thought that she did, decent job. I mean, I wanted to see more of her personality, but I felt like she was going to get there.
Yeah.
So they've been having this rumor for a while that she was kind of leaving. Ever since last season, they said that she was leaving the show. And I was hoping that it wouldn't be true. So it'll be interesting to see who they have replace her.
Yeah.
Well,
I wonder if Chloe got insecure herself and kind of
I'm
backed out of it
sure.
even more, because she seemed really insecure about it in general. So I don't know if she
Yeah, there
wanted to
was-
go through the process of getting better to get there, because she was so insecure about how she was doing to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, I'm mad at X Factor because I don't know if you saw Essence Atkins. She spoke out about Kim Kardashian being in
Yes.
the Tyler Perry movie,
Yeah.
and she was just like, okay, it's no hate on Kim Kardashian because people love to watch her, but they love to watch her in her own world.
Yes,
Right.
in her world.
She's not an actress, so to see her in a movie and to take her seriously, and I think it's kind of the same thing with Chloe. It's like, Chloe, if you're gonna do this, like, you need to have proper training in that sense of it.
Yeah.
And X Factor, what are y'all thinking? Did y'all hear who they're trying to replace as a judge? Jennifer Love
Jennifer
Hewitt.
Love Hewitt. Yeah. I
That
saw
was really random.
That's so random. I mean,
But then again, Jennifer Love Hewitt was Love Hewitt on Kids Incorporated, so she can sing and she can dance
She can
just like
sing
the
and
best of
dance.
them.
she can.
It was like 25
Oh,
years
shit,
ago.
you might as
but-
well just get Lindsay Lohan up on that too.
Ooh, Lindsay got talent.
She does. I
All
love
right.
Lindsay Lohan.
Ah,
Well,
well,
Courtney,
she had a whole
is that
album.
all you got for us this
That's
week with
all
gossip
I got
and
for
rumors?
gossip and rumors.
Because now we're about to
As we
start with Lindsay
verge
Lohan.
over-
I was like, we're going
We're
into the
going
wrong
somewhere
path
else.
here. We're going somewhere else. To keep us from not going in the wrong path, why don't you guys go to iTunes and give us a rating, hopefully all 5s, but we'll take any comments and watch them, review them, and try and improve the show whichever way you like. We definitely pay attention to all that stuff. So tell a friend, go to iTunes, look up Black Hollywood. We have 3 different shows. We have This Week, we have Next, we have Portraits. Rate all of them. We really want to know what you guys are thinking about the shows. We're trying to make each one better and keep growing and give you the best show that we can possibly give you. So.
And the best part about it is now you guys don't have to wait to get home to watch us on your computers. You can stream us live from your phone and your iPad.
Yes, right.
Anywhere
yeah.
you are, we are.
Yes.
All the time.
Very well said,
All day,
Jesse.
every day.
All right, so now to hot topics. All right, so you guys all know about Parents Just Don't Understand, Will Smith,
Yes, he took that seriously.
He took that seriously. Well, apparently in his world, parents do understand.
Or should
because,
try.
Or they're trying. So Will has been doing some press junkets for his new movie with his son Jaden, After Earth.
Yes.
And the question of how his parenting skills came up, and Will said that he actually does not punish his kids. He said, in quote, "The way that we deal with our kids is they are responsible for their own lives. As young as possible, we give them as much control over their lives, and then they build from there." All right. So,
It sounded like Jada raising 4 kids over there.
For real.
yeah, I mean, he basically was saying that once they make the choices, whether bad or good, as long as they can explain why they made that choice for their life,
That's what got to me.
that's the most important thing in their household. And
I stole $50,000 out your purse because I really needed those Jordans.
Needed those Jordans.
in other words,
As long as you got an explanation, it's all good.
Right, and like we saw that video a couple weeks back that went viral on
Yes.
YouTube and all over the world with the father in Ohio who was shown whipping his daughters
Yes.
because of something they allegedly posted on Facebook or that they left the house or something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's one form of punishment, right? But now this is all the way on the other side of this
side.
because he's saying that there's no punishment in the house. Basically, the kids are making their own rules.
Yes.
Now, yeah, I have a lot of opinion about that because I think it depends on the kid. I mean, if you got a wild kid, I don't know if that rule applies because they can make up something to why they decided to rob that bank, or beat up that kid or bully that kid.
And even if they can explain it, because God knows we could give explanations for all the crazy nonsense.
Where
And
does
I
the
was a good
growth
kid,
come?
but the little bit of ridiculousness that I did do, I could come up with an explanation.
Oh, sure.
For it.
I was
But
brilliant with that.
That doesn't somehow make what you did right or okay. So where is the I don't understand just because you can explain why you did it, how does that
How does that justify
change?
it?
How
Yeah.
does that help hinder the behavior in the future? If it's a negative behavior,
Right.
like what do you gain from that other than learning good communication skills?
Right, you know how to negotiate.
You know how to articulate
Yeah,
things
yeah.
that are in your brain.
Exactly, yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, I
But-
wonder if the other side of it is that they sit down and talk to them about, it's like a family. Maybe it is a family discussion that they
I'm
have.
sure it's a
but
discussion,
still,
but
it
I still
just-
think it just sounds
I
absurd.
don't know. I think it sounds absurd. I mean, Jaden did make a comment back. He was also
too
asked. He said, no
free-spirited.
matter what I do or how I do it, he, meaning his dad, knows 100% of what's going on. There's no point in hiding anything. So that was
That's
his
good.
response back to things, which is good. But I still say it depends on the kid. And also, listen, when you're a celebrity like they are and your kid is a celebrity, I just feel like it's probably hard to control your kids regardless. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so Will's not around. Jada's busy. Jaden's got his own thing going on. Willow's got her career going on. Is this just an easy way to say, I can't control my kids because they got a career too, and I got my own thing going on, and I can't be in
And
the
I
house
gotta
till they watch
hold-
them.
I
But
see.
I-
I think it's the opposite. I think that they lucked out and they have really
good kids in
Maybe.
I
general.
mean, like Willow really could have been on the top of the world, but,
but she
was
chose
like,
not
you know
to.
what?
She
I
wants
just
to go
want to be a regular
school.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they maybe lucked out with
Yeah.
really nice
Well,
children.
well,
But
Will-
that does not apply to everyone, Will.
right? Maybe.
I have some kids you can babysit if you want.
right.
real.
I got some cousins.
You lucked out, brother.
I got some baby cousins that maybe
That would give you a
I need
run
to
for
send
your
them to
money.
your house, and you apply those rules.
Yes.
And, like, if that works, I'm down with your
Yeah.
your philosophy.
Right.
But the good thing about it, I guess, is at least it sort of facilitates open communication as they go into teenagerdom, which
very
is where
true.
they're headed. So perhaps they will have even fewer problems as they come into teenagerdom.
Man, I like that.
Dumb-ish.
Dumb-ish. All right.
Especially now they're messing with the Kardashians. I want to see what really gonna happen.
Well, yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Kendall and Kylie.
Kendall and all right. All right. So another story that made the news this week was that TSA is considering allowing small knives onto planes. The knives that they are proposing to allow on planes are 2.36 in inches, and they are a half an inch wide.
dumbest thing
They're getting a lot of protests back from flight attendants as well as air marshals because.
Who
they're-
wants
they're
to
saying-
get stabbed?
Yeah, they're
Like,
saying that
I just
they don't
don't
want to do this.
understand.
And then another thing that they're saying also that will be allowed is sporting goods, certain sporting goods
Yes.
like ski poles, lacrosse sticks, and
Certain
golf clubs.
bats. Yes.
But bats are actually not allowed, nor
Like a
nor
bitchy
is
musky
gel
pole.
deodorant, which is still considered
Exactly.
very terroristic kind of thing, a terrorist
I'm
action.
gonna just make one comment. I am an African American woman with natural hair. I cannot bring all of my hair products on the plane, but you're gonna tell me they can bring knives on the plane that can stab and kill anybody that's helping, trying to make this plane flight safe for everybody
Yeah,
else? That
take
is
that
not
knife,
okay.
Poke it in your neck and you dead.
You're
It's just a bad
done.
idea. I
It's
mean,
just stupid.
They're saying they're trying to get more lenient, and I understand that because we all have been to the airport and we all have been upset and pissed off about a procedure that we have to do. We have to go to that, what's that wind machine
I'm
thing?
never upset.
I'm
just
like,
here
I
I
mean,
am.
the process. I know I've been upset with the process, but I'm happy that it's happening because I want to be safe.
But can we put toothpaste on? Like at least toothpaste and deodorant. I want to be sitting up there.
Apparently
and
you
sitting
can
next
make
to
bombs
those
out of
things.
that.
Well, it's
stuff,
funny.
so
They
that's
there was
fine.
there was an article about this, and they were interviewing a bunch of people, and one of the women who they interviewed said, "Can I just bring a bottle of water on before we're worried about you being able to bring a knife on?"
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so.
But in their
get it.
defense, they say that the time that they waste looking for these smaller things that are not such a huge threat in their opinion is better channeled looking for things that could be a problem, and that bottle of water could be a problem. because
Here's what I don't
apparently that's how
understand,
bombs are
though.
formed.
Here's what I don't understand. I'd like to the
Phil,
answer.
uh-oh.
Really
We-
aggressive
we have,
in the
we
voice
have
from
Phil,
above.
I know.
We have Phil
Here's
speaking from
what
the
I'm really
booth right
upset
now.
with. All right, sir. This knife is 2.6, whatever
Yes.
the limit is, right?
2.36.
2.36. Yours
measure
is
your
2.37.
You
We're
don't
not
get
gonna.
it.
Yeah, like why are we checking?
Why are you
this?
trying to carry a knife on a plane, Phil?
Wait,
That's what we really
right.
need to know.
Well, that's a whole other story.
My point is, I think it's faster to disallow everything.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't
Agreed.
understand how it's faster.
First of all, you're
I-
gonna pull out. First of all, you're gonna scare people because people are gonna see you pull the knife out and measuring it right there.
Right.
Second, my homegirl this past summer went on a plane and it was a necklace and it was in the shape of a gun. You could clearly tell it was a necklace. And they stopped everything. They pulled her off of the plane. They made her put it in a plastic bag and had to send it back to her.
That's deep.
That's real deep.
But we letting these on the plane.
They take my contact solution, and that's very upsetting.
Yeah, they
because
take-
it does
and
not,
my cologne.
Because it doesn't come, the one that I have doesn't come in a mini size, and you can't remove contact
Right.
solution from the thing. So I end up having to buy contact solution everywhere I go. Thank you very much.
Well, they're also saying that they're going to have a TSA pre-check where certain people, if they qualify, like they don't have to take out their laptops, they don't have to take off their belt.
Oh, no, I don't like
and
that.
they
I don't like that
also-
either, because you can get on a list.
They said they can leave their shoes on too, as
Yeah.
well.
No.
So
I would appreciate.
I think
leaving the
overall it's
shoes
just a
on.
bad idea.
too.
'Cause it's so gross.
I'm with the flight attendants and air marshals. Let's just keep
can't-
all of this stuff
yes.
off the plane because I don't want to have anything else to be nervous about
And
when
they're
I'm flying.
they're the main ones. They gotta fight people and yes,
All
I
right.
would not be a flight attendant. Get it, girls.
Speaking of nervous as
men.
well, this week, did you guys hear about the
Yes.
hackers breaking in or tweeting out the Associated Press tweet about the 2 explosions that took place in the White House and that Obama was injured? It
Awful.
went out to 1.9 million people, which we have recently found out that it was hacked. The Twitter account for the Associated Press was hacked. So this was a fake tweet. But in the process, the Dow went down. Like people were reacting off of this. The
Yes.
Dow went down like 100 points within, they said, like 5 minutes.
Yes.
And there's a group of hackers called the Syrian. They're loyal to the Syrian President Bashar Assad, who claim responsibility for this whole thing.
Oh, Syria.
You know, I mean, you know, this was being investigated, but this is 8 days off of the Boston Marathon explosion. I mean, people are on edge. I think that this is some serious stuff, and it bases the question for me. I know that social media is something that is making us more advanced, but is it also hindering us? Because we're hearing stories now about hacking a lot more. We just had a story what we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
hacking. It's just, I think it's starting to hinder us. Like, is it going to be a problem? I mean, it's going to get to a point like we all subscribe to different things. Like I look at CBS News, I look at the different news outlets. I don't know what to believe anymore when there's like a crazy story. It sends everything in mayhem.
Well,
true.
it also kind of falls back on us. I mean, if you see a tweet about this, I would hope that you would go
looked it
and
up
research
immediately.
a little
Yes.
more. Like with the Boston Marathon, I found out on Facebook, and I was just sitting here like, "Ooh, everyone in Boston's mad right now. Like, what is all this going through
Yeah.
it?" And then went on to Google, started searching more, turned on my TV. You know what I mean? Like to go based off of a tweet.
But you're okay.
But I
well,
get
well,
what
I'll
you're
say this,
saying, though,
Jesse,
too.
you're a smart American. All right.
Well.
There
I
are
like
people
taking
who do not fall into your
Smart is
category.
generally the anomaly.
Yeah. So there are people who just react off instantly on what they see. There's young
Yeah.
kids who are reacting off of things that they see.
Yeah,
And not even just young
483
kids. I mean,
retweets.
And I mean that's economies around the world. Like that's what our markets are based on. It's on speculation and kind of news and what's going on. So Twitter breaks news all the time. So that could have been majorly problematic for not just our U.S. economy, but all over the world.
All over the world, yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of messy. But I just want to know why people so evil.
And Barack
Like,
Obama
really?
is injured.
Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, I mean, I was reading on this too as well. They said that that they're re-examining if, like, they put a lot of investment information through tweets,
Yeah.
the Associated Press. So they're re-examining now if they need to readjust that because it could be false information. It could crash our stock market. You know.
Exactly.
Well, so do you feel like maybe the president, the Associated Press, those things shouldn't have Twitter handles, things that can easily be hacked?
That's,
I mean, but then that's a whole other different subject. I mean, are we gonna get to that place where now they can't have that? I mean, that's crazy. You know.
I just don't think there's any
I don't-
remedy for it. It's one
Yeah.
of those things like eventually all the robots are going to take over and kill us anyway. So there's nothing we can do about it.
And Lauryn Hill's gonna laugh at us all.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's why she's a recluse because she knows it's coming.
Just overall, they're trying to secure more ways to keep this modified
Yeah.
in general. But we're gonna run into more issues with this. I mean, some of the journalists had also said that they knew that this was sort of a fake story because there's certain key words that they use when they're sending out tweets at the Associated Press. So I guess the fact that they didn't use president
Yes.
in capital letters and also breaking in capital letters, that a lot of the journalists knew that
Journalists knew that it was fake.
something was wrong.
That's
something
really
was
funny
fake.
that you said that because just the fact that it says and Barack Obama.
And Barack
Instead of
Obama.
It's just so
instead of
like-
President
Yeah.
Barack Obama. And of course, breaking is not in capital.
Or I thought it
capital
would at
letters.
least say breaking news or
Yeah.
you know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, so it's crazy.
Technology.
Technology.
Yeah.
But speaking of breaking, another breaking story that happened this week in France, they legalized same-sex marriage.
Woo woo, go to France.
So it establishes marriage and adoption rights for
place to get
same-sex couples. It was voted when it
No,
voted
on the
on
street.
423. It was 331 to 225. Of
very
course,
close.
there are people who are still very upset about this.
Angry
Angry,
Catholics.
angry Catholics and conservatives who promised to still take legal action to block this to be a law. But right now, it's legal.
Yeah.
It's
They were,
legal.
and the haters were there strong.
They were strong. I
were
felt. I mean,
there.
I felt like France made American arguments over same sex look like we were just like kids. They were like,
Oh, they were, yeah.
they were some
I couldn't
angry
even.
people.
I couldn't find a group of people who were excited about it. You know, we saw these two girls, and I was like, oh, finally.
Well, somebody's happy.
It was like waves of people just protesting.
Well, I find it actually kind of interesting that it took so long for France, or to get to this place because they're so liberal already.
Yes. Right.
So I would have thought this would have been the first
They're
place.
liberal, but
You know what I
there's
mean?
a lot of Catholics.
There's a lot of Catholics, and they're
lot
saying
of
that the
Catholics.
UK is the next place that's going to make this
America, like
legal.
Come on, like, let's be like, well, we can't be trendsetters because it's already set.
Well, we're starting. I mean, because another big story that broke was Rhode Island is on its way to be the 10th state to allow gay marriage. They said the Senate passed a gay legislation, which right now is margin is 26-12. So it's on its way to being legal in Rhode Island as well. They said the first gay marriage in Rhode Island might take place as early as August.
All right.
So it's moving. And they said after that, Delaware is slated to be the next state that makes gay marriage legal. The other 9 states that right now have freedom to marry same-sex include Connecticut, Iowa, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New York, Washington, and Vermont. Massachusetts.
Oh, walk down that
I just
aisle.
say yes. Listen.
There you go. Is it time? Who is it? Who's next?
I know, right?
Ariel?
Oh.
Jesse?
girl, you wearing white, girl.
Right.
Just playing.
Right, I got brown. No, I mean, people are, it's just funny to me that people are in such an uproar. It's hard enough to find love, so, let's just, whatever makes you happy,
And most
just
of
go
them
for
end
it.
in divorce anyway, so why we tripping?
There you go,
Like,
There you go.
How about we put a ban
I'm
on
so
divorce?
positive. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Well, then our
That would be fascinating.
Our murder rate, we got.
Our homicide rate would like triple.
No, but I mean, I think I'm just over people being so fearful of things that they don't understand. I'm tired of it. We are supposed to be this new world. What is going on?
Look at this picture. That woman looks so disgusted by it.
She is like, ugh, who are those
I know.
women?
Believe this. I got my pink shirt on and everything.
And if there were, I mean, I think one of the biggest things that they were saying is that this jeopardizes the full view of union marriage and also child.
Bye, you lost.
Exactly.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It will just move on from this subject because it's clearly representing in the right direction right now. So, all right. So another story that was in the headlines this week was Star Jones. Star Jones was moderating a panel, and the subject of the way that black stars are depicted on reality TV shows came up. And there was a panel of lawyers and
debate.
A great debate. It was a panel of lawyers and directors and high-ranking blacks on this panel. And Star basically made a comment saying that, well, one of the things that was brought up was editing to cause for the reason that we're, as black people, depicted in certain ways on reality TV shows. Star went against that and said, it has nothing to do with editing. If you slap somebody on your reality show, if you cuss out somebody on your reality show, if you act like a buffoon on a table on your reality show, it's you. It ain't editing.
They can't edit
Boom
that.
with that attitude.
Amen.
Amen.
Oh, I love that.
So you know what? I normally don't always agree with Star.
That's what's.
I gotta agree with her this
True
time.
that.
And I think that she was actually throwing a little, if I had to guess, a little thing at Nene. Because she was making a comment about, oh, I've worked with some of these crazy people who get in your face and da-da-da-da-da-da.
Look at the picture right now.
And the
Nene
perfect
in her
picture.
face.
Oh, snap. I'm thinking that she was referring to a little personal experience with Nene, because on Celebrity Apprentice, Nene,
They went at it.
she went
That
at
was
her.
a
It was a great
great
episode.
season.
But I wasn't
Oh.
mad at Nene, though.
I wasn't mad
at
that's the
Nene.
thing. I
wasn't mad at
was
Nene.
not mad at Nene ever, because
Nene knew how to handle it.
but she was just more vocal. Because Star is like the Phaedra Parks, like
Exactly.
just sits back
Yeah.
and tries to like act like she's too good for it, even though she is throwing all kinds of
All
shade.
shade.
And
All
Nene
shade.
is like, you will not,
Yeah.
you will not.
Honey,
But-
you was fired.
Yes.
But what do you guys think? So do you guys think that we
No.
actually,
And-
do you
oh,
agree with
sorry.
Star or do you not agree with
I
Star?
agree with Star. I think it's crap, and I think it's crap that we keep saying, oh, they edited it to make it look like this and that. No.
It's
honey.
casting.
You're trifling,
It's
and they
casting.
casted you because you're trifling, because
Right.
it makes for entertaining television for our sick minds that appreciate
Right.
buffoonery on television every night. That is, nah.
And listen, one of the points that was brought up, I believe it was an entertainment lawyer by the name of Matt Middleton. He said that, you can't blame all the black people on the shows because they give them liquor and they get them fired up,
Yeah,
and,
he
and it's
said
for
that
the
they're setting them
paychecks.
up.
Yeah, they're setting them up
we
to
should
fail.
be embarrassed that he said that.
But I mean, come on. First of all,
If somebody says we give them liquor to like liquor them, like that is to connote that we are not adults that are not in
Right.
control of our
I
behavior.
don't want to drink that.
because we are,
That's
and
true.
to put that on
So it
top
still
of
goes
black
back to Star's
people, it's
point.
embarrassing. Like,
And not only that, but I hate that it's even a race issue because
Me too.
I look at the real world. Last season
Bad Girls
there
Club.
were 2 African Americans on the show. One of them is the only one on the show that didn't drink. Everyone else looked like a fool.
Yeah.
So yes, they
Exactly.
put these things in the house. I mean, how many reality TV shows are on here? Yes, the vices are there, but like Star said, it takes a certain mentality to jump on a
That's very
table
true.
and slap someone across the face.
that's true.
And what she's calling for a ban on a lot of shows because she feels like they also condone violence against women. She said that one of the shows that she is not a fan of is Basketball Wives. She didn't say which city, but I'm gonna guess that she means all cities.
I thought she was gonna say Bad Girls Club.
It's funny that wasn't
No,
even brought up.
because
But
it's just that she's focused on the fact that these are black women
and
that are
Shawnee with
or
Shawnee
brown
being-
women
yeah, and
because
it's
they're
being
not all,
produced by
black.
Shawnee, and
Yes.
she's putting that out there in
Which
the universe
I can
for young black girls
understand
to
on
see.
a certain level, but at the same time, they know what they're getting into.
Right.
They
Yeah.
know what they signed up for.
Yeah, so basically what it boils down to, just don't watch them if you feel
Yeah,
like
Right.
and
it's
stop being a
depicting them in a
mess.
certain way.
And
Yeah, stop being a hot mess.
Stop being a mess, and maybe they'll finally air the stuff that you think is good. Because I know some of the basketball wives are like, well, they don't show when we're doing this or we're doing that or whatever. I'm like, well, if that's all you give them, that's all they got to show. Yes, they could try to replace you, but maybe something will change finally. And they'll be like, you know what, we'll show this and maybe show conflict in a different way.
Exactly.
Which will be interesting for Basketball Wives New York this season, Miami this season, because with the whole Evelyn thing, everyone seems like they've kind of toned
Calmed
down
Toned it
down
back.
season.
after
Well,
that
we'll
last
see if
one.
it's really toned back though.
Yeah.
It was rough.
The truth is in the film.
We will see.
All right, so what do you guys got? Anything else we need to discuss?
That's
And
it.
that's it for
All
this
right.
week.
Well, where
Leave
can
Derrick
your
Rose
fans
alone.
where can your fans find you? Courtney.
On Twitter at Stuart Starlet.
At DJ Jesse J.
And you can find me at Dario Christian on Facebook and Twitter. Be sure also to go to the buzzer meter question, which is very appropriate with the topic we just discussed.
Yes.
Does editing cause black stereotypes on reality TV? We definitely want to know what you guys have to say. We'll read the results on next Friday's show. And tune in as well because our special guest for next week will be ABC Castle star Tamala Jones, who's going to join us on Hot Topics, and then afterwards an intimate interview on Portraits. Thank you guys for tuning in to Black Hollywood Live. We'll see you next week.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svite, Dario Kristen, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network. If you have questions or comments, tweet us at BHL Online or email us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. For more exclusive content, visit blackhollywoodlive.com. This has been a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.